Arsenal won, Burnley won. I mean, I got to get my first reactions out of the way of the game before we talk about everything else. We got a lot to talk about in this video, so let's go ahead. If you enjoyed this one at all, leave a like down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. Arsenal won, Burnley won, and it was a great defensive performance by Arsenal. I mean, that partnership of Saliba and Gabriel is so strong. We already know that. David Raya, I think now his 19th clean sheet in that game. Christian Mosquera, unreal performance, world-class performance, I would say. He was elite today. I mean, just the technical ability on the ball today, the physicality, the athleticism, the bursting runs forward. I think there was a few mistakes he made, but they were more mental rather than anything else. And then, of course, on the left-hand side as well, you have Calafiori putting in a shift, and then followed that up by bringing on Hincapié, who had a fantastic performance as well. I mean, all around great defensive showing. Obviously, Arteta went with a bit more attacking lineup today to start. He went with Eze and Odegaard starting together, which we see very rarely this season, and then Rice playing as the sixth. I really liked the lineup to start the game. I think it was really good. I think Arteta could have made his subs a little bit sooner. I think that would have been much better for the team. But I want to talk about three players. Obviously, set piece goal for the Gunners. 0 shots on target for Burnley. We've kind of addressed that at this point. But Arsenal defeat Burnley 1-0. Three players I want to talk about. Declan Rice. He was first in the game in touches, successful passes, possession won, line breaking passes, and progressive passes. It was shown on screen during the Sky Sports broadcast. I mean, that is a man of the match performance, and that's why he won man of the match. He had an elite level performance in a must win game for the Gunners. The second player is Christian Mosquera. This performance is the dagger in Ben White's Arsenal career, unfortunately. Mosquera is looking more and more likely to be the starting defender in the UCL final. I think he'll start at right back with Timber just then returning from injury, unless Timber gets back by the last game of the Premier League season on Sunday, which I don't see happening. But let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think Mosquera deserves to start at right back for Arsenal against PSG? And then the final player I want to talk about, Bukayo Saka, since returning from injury and getting back to full fitness, which has taken a little bit more time than maybe Arsenal had wanted. He's taken Arsenal to new levels. In his last 4 games, he has an assist against Burnley, he has a goal against Atletico Madrid, and a goal and assist against Fulham. I think that Bukayo Saka's really taken his game to another level. I think obviously there's been questions about him starting for England. I think he's kind of cemented his spot back in that England lineup for the World Cup. But up next in the Premier League tomorrow, or maybe depending on when you watch this today, at the time of recording, it's 8:30 p.m. on Monday night for here in the U.S. on the East Coast. But anyways, Bournemouth versus City. Bournemouth has gone 16 games unbeaten in the Premier League, which is a fantastic run of form for them. They're looking at pushing on for a European spot, but City need to win to keep the title race going. If they lose or draw against Bournemouth, the title race is over. Pep is leaving, of course. It got announced today by David Ornstein, as well as other reporters throughout the media. But Pep is leaving could be good for the players. It could spur them on. We want to win for Guardiola on his way out the door. But you could also have some players who are like, well, he's not going to be here next year. It doesn't really matter. I have to worry about what Maresca or company or whoever's coming in and what they think about me as a player. So I could see some players maybe. I think mentality-wise, I think Man City's going to be okay. But I do think Ariel's final home game, you're going to have a send-off for them. Obviously, you're going to have, I think Bournemouth Stadium is going to be bouncing. I think that they've got a chance to go play in Europe. So I think this is a big deal for Bournemouth. I think they're just 1 point away from guaranteeing a European position. And if they win, they look in a good position to finish in a potential Champions League spot if Aston Villa finish 5th and win the Champions League, and win the Europa League. But of course, I've already alluded to it. Pep Guardiola is leaving Manchester City. We're talking about a 6-time Premier League champion, a 1 Euro UEFA Champions League with Man City. With Man City, he was named the world's best club coach. He's a Super Cup winner. He won the Club World Cup. He won the FA Cup 3 times, and even won the League Cup 5 times, on top of winning the the Community Shield 3 times as well. While in Manchester, he managed 591 games, taking the team to 423 wins. I mean, that is just another otherworldly. So what's next for Pep Guardiola? I think that's an interesting conversation. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I think Obviously, Luis de la Fuente is coming off a Nations League win. He's coming off a Euros win. And I think if he had not performed at the Euros, we see him taken out of the head coaching job. And I think that Pep Guardiola takes over back then. But we're looking at an opportunity here where if De La Fuente doesn't perform, Pep Guardiola could step into that manager job for Spain. I think that's probably the only position he ends up taking, similar to how like Zinedine Zidane is waiting on the France job. I think that Pep Guardiola will be the Spain manager before you know it. And now Manchester City. What is next for City? Well, I think here in a few weeks we will see Enzo Maresca announced as the new manager of Manchester City. Obviously, he's a free agent right now after being sacked by Chelsea earlier this season. Another option is who I mentioned earlier, Vincent Kompany. But do I see Vincent Kompany leaving Bayern Munich? Do I see, given the current situation he's in and the opportunity to compete? I mean, we're just talking about Champions League semifinal. He's got one of the best strikers in the world, one of the best right wingers in the world, kind of an unlimited budget to do whatever he wants with the team. It looks like he's going to bring in Anthony Gordon on the left wing to compete with Luis Diaz. I mean, I think that Vincent Kompany doesn't really have any reason to leave. Two other managers that are going to be free agents, I'll mention very quickly: Oliver Glasner of Crystal Palace, and then, of course, Andoni Iraola, who both have done excellent jobs at their current position. And I don't want to take anything away from them, but Manchester City is not their next job. I doubt either of them even get an opportunity for this job. I think that it is Enzo Maresca's job, and that is about it, which is kind of crazy to say because just a couple years ago, he was managing Leicester in the Premier League and then got the Chelsea job and now is getting the Manchester City job. So he keeps falling upward, but I don't know if he's going to work at Manchester City. Obviously, I've got other videos coming out to talk about the Xabi Alonso to Chelsea. I've got a video coming out to talk about Jose Mourinho to Real Madrid. But let me know your thoughts again on Pep Guardiola leaving Arsenal. Are they locked into the Premier League title race? Let me know your thoughts. But anyways, I'll see you guys soon.